Episode 4 might be the most explosive setup of the season, and the writers are clearly building toward a war that Tommy might not walk away from. Everything in this episode feels like Chicago is tightening its grip around Tommy, with enemies stacking up on every side, and alliances shifting faster than he can react. Episode 4 picks up exactly where Episode 3 left off, with Tommy confronting D-Mac after overhearing him with Diamond and Jnard about being back on with CBI, after robbing the 9/7s. Diamond tries to calm the situation by telling Tommy that D-Mac only did the robbery to make things right with King Kilo for killing Mad Dog. And while Diamond insists he was only protecting D-Mac, Tommy doesn't buy into it, so he asks Diamond to stall King Kilo until he figures out his next move. Tommy presses D-Mac for answers, and asks him if Diamond told him to rob the 9/7s. Now of course Tommy notices that D-Mac was obviously lying, and begins to take the gun that he used in the robbery. I believe that once Tommy learns that Jnard was the one who put him up to it, Jnard will be officially on Tommy's hit list. But one thing becomes clear right away within these last 2 episodes: D-Mac is way too flashy and way too sloppy. He draws attention to himself every time he makes a move, and even though his plan to rob the 9/7s went shockingly well, he still allowed Diamond and Jnard to manipulate him, whereas Tariq would have caught on immediately to what was really going on. Meanwhile, Bill Singh shows up late to a meeting with Stacy, lying about being caught up in a court case with no verdict, and it's clear that she has a suspicion about him. Singh is not only a danger to the entire department, but he is a direct threat to her run for mayor as well. Stacy pushes for a clear timeline to use against the Marquez cartel after the spike in fentanyl deaths in Chicago, but Singh's expression says it all, because he knows exposing that timeline will expose his connection to the cartel. Later on in the episode, we finally learn Singh's true motive, as he wants Stacy to fumble the Marquez case, so he can swoop in, fix it, and replace her as the new U.S. Attorney of Chicago, and he plans to use Claudia as bait to take down Tommy. Claudia tries to bargain with Stacy by promising to get Tommy on tape confessing to a murder, but Stacy tells her to bring the recording first. Claudia manages to get her girlfriend to record Tommy, while Vic tells Stacy that Tommy is expanding CBI and moving major weight. Tommy links up with Vic and hands him the gun D-Mac used, which was a horrible mistake in my opinion, and questions Vic as to what info he has on Stacy. We saw Vic reveal that she is desperate for cash to salvage her political campaign. This leads to Tommy immediately forming a plan, as he tells Vic to make a donation to Stacy's campaign under his name, so that when the feds trace that money back, Stacy's entire career could collapse. Shanti begins doubting Jnard after learning that he robbed Manny Fresh, which ended up costing her a major partnership, and Shanti begins to realize that loyalty to Jnard is costing her power. Until later when Jnard gets Manny's chain back from Joey to make things right with Shanti again. Tommy tries to make peace with Che, but he gives him one final warning about causing a war in the city. Tommy promises to triple Che's product and drown out all competition, leaving Miguel furious because he just promised Roberto to deliver Tommy to him, and now Tommy is back in control. Later on, Miguel shows up at Tommy's place where Mireya has been hiding out, and invites both of them to dinner. He pretends it is a friendly gesture, but we already know he plans to deliver Tommy to Roberto. Tommy starts sensing something is off after Claudia's girlfriend nervously asks him for product, and he realizes that she is trying to set him up. Even though Tommy lets her live, he now knows that Claudia is moving against him from behind bars. The Sons of Destruction pull out of business with CBI, leading to Tommy coming up with an idea to give King Kilo a body in place of D-Mac, which later on, we see Tommy end up taking out Rashawn in brutal fashion. Jnard carries out Diamond's orders from earlier in the episode by convincing King Kilo that Rashawn was behind Mad Dog's murder, but Jnard still offers to take out D-Mac for good measure. Meanwhile, we saw Claudia tell Stacy that she cannot help get Tommy from behind bars, and that she needs to be free to set him up. Claudia warns Stacy that Tommy will come for her as soon as she is released, so this is how they will bait Tommy in. Stacy orders her to testify against Roberto Ortega, and Claudia agrees. Later on, Stacy tells Sang that Claudia will be testifying, and Sang panics because this destroys his plans to protect the cartel. Stacy refuses to listen to his excuses, and at this point it feels like Sang may decide the only way out is to take out Stacy and Claudia altogether. We see Tommy tell D-Mac that he will take him under his wing, just like Kanan did for him in Ghost. And in true Ghost fashion, Tommy watches Claudia from afar the moment she is released from prison. Claudia surviving her prison attack last season feels intentional, due to the fact that she has not had her true storyline payoff just yet, and she will likely be kept alive long enough for Tommy to pull her to his side or use her as leverage against Ortega. Now, a few of my takeaways from this episode are that Tommy will keep a close eye on D-Mac going forward, because he now knows both Jannard and Diamond can manipulate him easily. Jannard telling King Kilo that he would still kill D-Mac was a massive mistake in my opinion, and if Tommy goes to visit King Kilo, he will likely reveal this to him, forcing Tommy to go after Jannard, and push Diamond into choosing a side. I also get the sense that Jannard will eventually take out Shanti because I really don't see Jannard killing his brother and choosing her. There's something about Gianna showing up at Diamond's shop in episode 3 that felt off. She seemed to have a hidden motive behind trying to get back with Diamond out of the blue. And there's a strong possibility that Shanti may be the real reason Gianna showed up at Diamond's shop. When you really think about it, Shanti knows Jannard won't take Diamond out, so she might be using Gianna to move in on him for a backdoor setup that he wouldn't see coming. King Kilo did not seem satisfied with Rashawn's death, and he may want another body regardless, which is why I think that he could put a hit out on JP. And with Tommy still unaware that D-Mac robbed the Chinatown gang, that threat is going to resurface very soon, which could lead to JP getting caught in the crossfire long before King Kilo gets to D-Mac. After JP and D-Mac settled their differences from their last altercation, we learned that Kate Egan is in New York handling business. Just as I predicted at the start of the season, we will likely see Tommy pay Kate a visit in New York, where we could get his perspective on the letter that Diana Tejada left to Kate. I think that Stacy Marks has her suspicions about Bill Sang working as a double agent in her office, and she could have a trick up her sleeve to expose him. Stacy needs a win, and uncovering corruption in her office while taking down a cartel would definitely benefit her campaign for mayor. But it will end up all falling apart if it is revealed to the public that Tommy Egan is funding her campaign. I believe that Miguel's dinner setup will not go the way he expects, which could lead to the moment where Mireya gives Tommy the green light to take Miguel out. I still believe that Mireya will die accidentally in a shootout between Tommy and Miguel. D-Mac, Diamond, and Mireya are the three characters currently sitting in the highest danger zone around Tommy. D-Mac's bad decisions will catch up to him at some point, and due to the fact that Jannard, the 9-7s, and the Chinatown gang all want him dead, I really don't see him making it out alive, without Tommy sending him out of Chicago once again. Jannard will eventually meet with Che, and that could cause Che to flip on Tommy. If Che ends up turning on Tommy, this could spark a domino effect with the entire CBI breaking away from Tommy as well, leaving him with only a handful of loyal soldiers. Tommy's biggest problem is that every move he makes is temporary. He has not solved a single threat, he has only delayed them. Tommy has been putting out fires all season, dealing with one problem at a time, without a long-term plan. And this is exactly why Tariq will be crucial. Tariq's ability to strategize under pressure, which we saw in the Book 2 finale, makes him the perfect piece to stabilize Tommy's situation. This is why I believe Tariq will be the key to getting Tommy out of Chicago alive. Also keep in mind that just because certain actors say that they aren't aware of being involved in the Power Legacy spin-off, doesn't mean that it's actually the case. It's highly likely that there will be some kind of teaser trailer for Power Legacy after the final episode of Force, so why would they spoil their future plans in a random interview? Just something to think about. I'm curious to know how you think things will play out for Tommy with multiple enemies coming from every angle. Let me know down below in the comment section. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe for all things within the Power universe. See you all next time in the universe of Power.